Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft. And I'm mocking, giving you my views, thoughts, and opinions. Today, we went to the Draft Network. Brent Lee Wiseman, did a post-Super Bowl mock draft. So we're going to take a look at it. But what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So go ahead, become a bro and become a bro and subscribe. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft. And I'm mocking, giving you my views, thoughts, and opinions. Today, we're going to the Draft Network. We're traveling to the Draft Network. They got a post-Super Bowl mock draft, courtesy of Brent Lee Wiseman. So we'll check that out. But what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo. Just in case you did not know, so that wasn't me dabbing. I had to burp. And I don't know why I did the other one. But go ahead, become a bro, subscribe, leave that thumbs up. If you enjoy the content, as always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and get into it. I got positional rankings consistently coming out right now for the NFL draft. So if you want to take a look at those, go be my guest. Jaguars go. Evan Neal. This is kind of one of my favorite picks right now for the Jags. Nothing wrong with Hutch or KT. So Jags, good on y'all. KT going to the Lions, so they grab a pass rusher. I'm kind of curious. Let's see why. Well, why KT over Hutch? Last year, okay, what? Born nowhere. Wait, okay. As with every year, top prospects who have been near the front of every board throughout the year will, out of nowhere, begin to slip in the eyes of the media due to various narratives. Last year happened with Micah Parsons and even Penei Sewell to an extent. This year appears Thibodeau will be a victim of a classic overanalysis of a blue chip player. Look, all I know is Thibodeau has been a dominant force when on the field. Okay, so he just thinks it's all talk. But yeah, like I said, you can't go wrong with Hutch or KT. So if they think KT is the better prospect, then go right ahead. Which means the Texans go Aiden Hutchinson. So again, these are my top 3 prospects. Spoiler alert, when I get that big board video out for y'all, I'm probably going to do a top 100. While, if you're on the Patreon, you can check out whatever my full big board is, as I'm currently still making it. Because I'm still trying to catch up on my Senior Bowl, Shrine Bowl, get all those notes and moving guys around. Almost done with that. But yeah, now Aiden Hutchinson, KT, Evan Neal, they're all the top 3 picks. So it doesn't surprise me they go here in the top 3. And then Ikem Ekwonu going to the Jets. Joe Douglas, he loves, and I mean loves, the trenches. So grabbing Ekwonu makes a ton of sense. Protect your franchise quarterback. And if they go wide receiver with their the 10th overall pick, again, won't surprise me. Surround Zach Wilson with talent. That way you get a more fair and accurate evaluation of if he's your franchise guy or not. Here's a curveball in left field. I don't think that's the saying. Here's a curveball. I think that's just it. David Ojabo going to the Giants. All right, so I'm curious. Instead, they pivot to an explosive pass rusher, blah, blah, blah. The new hire of Wint Martindale as the defensive coordinator, it's highly likely that the team is in the market for a pass rusher. Okay. This is the part I want to look at. Okay, Ojabo is highly versatile and has a pass rushing upside that warrants a top 5 selection. Again, length, explosiveness, athleticism. I don't know if he goes top 5. That's the thing, man. This guy's going, he's going apparently as high as 5. I've seen him at 7 for the Giants as well. To the Titans pick in the first round. So he's kind of everywhere. No one knows really what to think of him or how to project him. But you would think Charles Cross would warrant this pick. So fortunately the Giants were just sniped. I'm not technically take Charles Cross. And I say this because the Panthers take Charles Cross. So it's like technically you're not sniped. If you see Charles Cross as a guy you're willing to take at 6, maybe you should be willing to take him at 5. And you might be like, well, the Giants or the Panthers, maybe they'll value Charles Cross different. Maybe one will have him way higher on his board than the other. And it's like, okay, but he's pulling from his board. He's pulling from one board. So we can't really say that. But he says with this Cross pick, yes, a quarterback was considered here, obviously. Yeah, no, I think it is. No quarterback will succeed playing in front of his offensive line, so rather than taking one here and setting them up for failure. I don't know. This is kind of weird. People go back and forth where it's like, oh, you need to set the foundation before you build the house, or you need to build the house before you hang the curtains, whatever saying you want to go with. Basically, like, okay, well, don't get a franchise quarterback until you build the foundation, being the offensive line. Which I don't think is necessarily true all the time. Again, though, it's a lot easier to say that, or at least to say, oh, no, I like me personally, I would take the quarterback. In a quarterback class like this, it's not as easy to say that, though. So it kind of makes sense to build the foundation first. But you don't know what position you'll be in next year. Will you be in a position to get an elite quarterback? If not, how much are you capable of giving away for a team like the Panthers, who this year, they only have their 6th overall pick in the top 100 picks. So it's like they really can't make any moves. Well, I think they can, but it costs them a lot. But I don't know. This one's a bit interesting. Like, I'm not going to front if people like Cross at 6. That's fine. I think that doesn't help Matt Rule. I think as a desperation, like, again, if I'm Matt Rule, it's kind of like desperation. You take a quarterback here. Be like, well, he won't be able to play well behind that offensive line. Well, I mean, look at what Joe Burrow just did with his offensive line. Really, Jonah Williams is really the only good player on that offensive line. So, yeah, don't tell me. It's like, well, they didn't win the Super Bowl. They got to the Super Bowl. Don't give me, oh, they didn't win the Super Bowl. Like, to some extent, you won't be able to hide a bad offensive line. You can scheme around it to some extent, but ultimately you won't be able to hide it. But, I mean, dude, honestly, with Malik Willis, you might be able to hide it a bit more well. Like, those quarterbacks that have some legs under them, typically they can hide how bad an offensive line can be. Like Kyler Murray in Arizona, like his offensive line, while it's not terrible, not to say it was that good. It's not like DJ Humphries was like spectacular before his contract year, and now he's actually played pretty well since getting paid. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think you could go either or, quarterback or tackle. We wouldn't be really asking this if the Giants just said, hey, we're going to take Charles Cross instead of Ajabo. Because I imagine Ajabo would have been available at 7, which is their next pick. So they go Trevor Pennon. This could be a bit of a reach. Yes. Because I don't think he's ready to play in the NFL. Like, the guy has incredible size, strength, and athleticism. But you just see how raw of a prospect he is. Like, exceptionally raw. This guy's not ready to start. How do you expect to get a fair evaluation of DJ, of Daniel Jones, with a guy that's not ready to start? You're just putting him in the same predicament. Not to say he can't end up like guys like Cross or Kem or Neal, but those guys are a bit more pro-ready than I think Pennon is, as we saw at the Senior Bowl. So, I don't know. I disagree with the Giants passing on Cross just to get a Jabo who would have probably already been here. Because, I mean, you also got to think, you got to try to project what other teams may or may not do. And you could be like, oh, yeah, the Panthers, they want to trade out, but who's trading up for a Jabo? And Panthers, this is like quarterback or tackle, really. I've seen people do corner, but no one's really doing edge. So, like, you got a big brain in it sometimes, you know? Kyle Hamilton, by the way, going lower than Pennon. The NFL is going to like Pennon, though. Don't get me wrong. They're going to love Pennon is how he plays. Doesn't surprise me if he ends up like top 15, top 20. I don't know. I don't know. Around 20, I don't know if I might be willing to take him around there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm actually doing my tackles today. I'm actually recording this a day before y'all actually see it. So yesterday I was doing my tackles. This is Steven from the past talking. I said, Steven, oh crap, now you know my name. Oh no. Now y'all know my real name. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just skim through the video and look for the picks. Kyle Hamilton going to the Falcons. Good pick. What's more to talk about? Oh, here's Malik Willis going to the Broncos. So he says, I'll be honest, I don't love Willis. Not a lot of people love this quarterback class, so I don't love any quarterback in this class. Maybe I should have just read ahead. But we know that there will be a few that go high. Again, supply and demand. Willis has the most upside of this year's group. Yes, that's true. With arguably the lowest floor of them all. I don't know about that. I don't think he has the lowest floor. I wouldn't say that. But yeah, no, Denver, I really feel like this pick is going to be used on a quarterback, whether it's trade or draft. Derek Stingley, though, going to the Jets. Yes, I get it. Robert Saleh and this style of defense don't emphasize man-to-man corners because of the scheme. Guess what? I don't care. Derek Stingley is by far the best player on the board at this point. Also, feels a huge need. Yeah, I mean, Derek Stingley isn't just a man-to-man guy. Like, a very good athlete. Again, with a very good athlete who can be a ball hawk. Oh, Kenny Pickett to Washington. That's just because I don't love Kenny Pickett. Again, I don't love this quarterback class. Blah, blah, blah. I do expect some to go high. Kenny Pickett is a safe bet in this class as he does everything well, just nothing spectacular. But he's not going to mention anything about hand size. And you know what? I don't get how some of y'all try to tell me, oh, hand size doesn't matter, like at the quarterback position. Like, Michael Vick's the only guy that's played in the NFL modern era with sub 8-inch hands to start a game. You're betting on Kenny Pickett to be the exception. If you're saying, oh, you're overanalyzing this, is like, no, some of this matters. Keep in mind, the NFL is full of, like, the freakiest of freaks. Kenny Pickett coming in with itty bitties, it's going to matter. That's, again, just my perspective. I'm not taking it away from, like, I don't want to take away from his, like, I think he plays the quarterback position pretty well. Just for me, that is a concern. I thought with an NFL ball in his hand and only wearing one glove, I actually think he went back to the 2 gloves on one hand on day 3. Still looked like he had the weakest arm of the Senior Bowl, Bailey Zapp included. Just my opinion. If you disagree, you disagree. I'm just saying you're betting against history. You're really going out on a limb saying, Kenny Pickett, he's the exception. I'm not drafting the exception, especially when he doesn't have that athletic upside Michael Vick did. So you're betting on a guy who probably has, at best, an average NFL arm, that he is the exception when it comes to sub 9-inch hands. Do you see what I'm saying, though? Do you see? It's like, no, I'm still willing to bet on that. It's like, okay, but the odds aren't good. If you hit on the odds, great. Wow, good job. But if that's how you're going to be Pickett, like, for your franchise forever, you're going to have a whole lot more misses than hits. I'll just say that. Oh, man. I just did a rant in my last mock draft, too. Jermaine Johnson. So, really, the Vikings, it feels like edge rush, feels like corner, feels like just getting the defense some sort of youth movement, adding talent. I've seen people talk about, it's like, oh, they might be more offensive-minded with, who is it, O'Connell? Is that who their new coach is? The Former Rams OC. Okay. Coach. I want to say Kevin. Kevin O'Connell. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, yeah, okay. I guess wide receiver could be something to think about here. And especially if you're picking the first wide receiver off the board, it makes a ton of, that too makes sense. So I think you really, either way you go, just take whoever's the highest on your board at whichever position. Like, if you got a wide receiver higher than your corner and pass rusher, then go with a wide receiver. Browns, they draft a receiver. What a surprise. This time it's Treylon Burks. So very nice. Do we really? I'm not going to cover this one. Every mock for the most part, mine included, have the Browns taken a receiver. I feel like I've been covering this for like months now. So when it changes, Browns fans, I'll give you the time you deserve. Ahmad Gardner, is still available to the Ravens. Oh, wow. That means a corner didn't go in. Well, did technically go in the top 10 just right here with Derek Stingley. Ooh, Sauce wouldn't have been bad here. To be fair, I don't know what they're doing with the defense in Minnesota. Actually, that's a good question. Let's go. Who's their... Did they retain their DC? I imagine not. Oh. Unless this hasn't been updated. It looks like they did. Hey, Keenan McCardell. I didn't know he was with the Vikings coaching staff. Gosh, that's sick. All right, later. Oh, this is interesting. Looks like they have. Huh. Maybe? Hold up. Maybe not. Hold on. Oh, no. Okay, that's right. No, they did change, coach. Donatello. Okay. Why did I not? Ugh. Oh, man. I'm so deep into the draft. I gotta catch back up with what's going on with all these coaching staff. Especially the Dolphins. If you didn't know, I'm a Dolphins fan. Ahmad Gardner to the Ravens, though, it's good. Quarterback depth, never the wrong answer. George Karlaftis. Andrew Booth. They address corner. They address edge. Two positions I think they could go. Maybe they go receiver with the next pick. We'll see. But Karlaftis, explosive. Kind of feels like an Eagle. Booth, pretty legit. It's going to test out great at the combine. Looked good at the end of the year. I love Trent McDuffie. I think he'd be a great addition to Brandon Staley's defense. So I don't mind this here. Saints go Jameson Williams. I think they could go quarterback, or maybe they opt to be like, maybe we'll be bad enough this upcoming season to where we might be drafting a quarterback next year. So let's see if the quarterback pool may be a little bit better. So yeah, maybe they go wide receiver then, especially if they bring back Jameis Winston on a cheap deal. Just having him gut it downfield to Williams, that'd be fun. Tyler Linderbaum, forgot you were on the board, my dude. So they don't go receiver. Everyone all got all butthurt when I drafted Tyler Linderbaum at 15 with the Eagles pick. It was the best value on the board. Just saying. So, yeah. No, I mean, I like it. It's good value. I'm not going to complain. Kenny Green, I think, would be a good pick. If they don't want to do any of the quarterbacks in this class, or maybe they go get Jimmy G. Kenny Green could come in. Honestly, he could play left tackle. He could play the right guard spot because I think, is it Turner, a free agent? Or he could play right tackle. So, like, You can play either tackle position or you can play the guard position. It's a good pick. Chris Olave. I like this. I like the Patriots taking Chris Olave, though Drake London might be a really good fit as well. So, honestly, either or. Both are good picks. Them going receiver. I don't know. The Patriots, they're always a mystery what they're going to do. Probably what they're going to trade back. That'll probably most likely be it. Jordan Davis. Holy stinking moly. So they get a little bigger, a little meatier in the middle. It's a safe, honestly, it's a safe choice. It's not a bad first pick. It's not a sexy pick. It's not going to be a pick that provides tremendous value like corner, like receiver, or tackle, but it's a fine pick. Cardinals bring in Zion Johnson, so he replaces. Is it Justin Pugh? I assume that would be it. Hopefully not just my boy. Was it Justin Jones from Houston? I think he's gonna be a good guard. Just gotta figure out the penalty thing. Let's. I want to see who was starting at the end of the year for the Cards. Their offensive line. I think it was Pugh, outside of injury. So yeah, okay. It had Josh Jones at right guard. They had Pugh at left guard. Honestly, he's a bit older anyway. They get Rodney Hudson back next year. They do have Shane Harlow, but he's a better depth piece. So getting Zion Johnson to start immediately at left guard is kind of clutch. And probably shores up that offensive line. That's interesting. I like that. Like, the defense does need to be addressed, but low-key, I like that pick. Travon Walker, I actually kind of like as a Cowboys pick. Because they don't really have, like, this base 4-3 guy. Or at least no one outstanding. I think the guys they have there, it's like Armstrong and Basham. But is it Basham? I think it is. So, like, getting a guy who might not be someone who, like, from day one is, like, an immediate starter. You might throw him in the rotation. Because keep in mind, Travon Walker has a bit of versatility to him, too. But he has such physical tools that he could be a menace. Like, I saw a good comp for him was Rashawn Gary. I think that was in Mike Renner's mock draft yesterday. And I was like, yeah, that is a good comp. Ooh, next corner off the board, Kyler Gordon. I actually like this. Whether you like Elam, McCreary, I think Kyler Gordon, he has better size. Well, no, I think his size is comparable to Kyler Elam, because like Kyler Gordon, I think was weighing in at like 6'3", 200. He's a physical freak. He might be a better athlete than Elam. And he showed he was a ball hawk. Like, he really, like, teams really had to go after him because they weren't throwing Trent McDuffie's way, and he did a phenomenal job. Like, low-key, I did that in my mock earlier this week. Had Kyler Gordon to go into the first round because I think he could sneakily be first-round option. Jahan Dotson. So they get a separator. Oh, hold on. No Drake London? Did I pass Drake London? No, he's probably... Him and Garrett Wilson are still on the board. Flip. So Jahan Dotson, he's good vertical separator, kind of what they're missing there offensively, at least from the receiver position. Like AJ Brown could go vertical, so could Julio, but not like with the type of speed Dotson brings. He's very explosive, so it's not a bad pick. DeMarvin Leal is interesting. Oh, I gotta read this. Hello, DeMarvin Leal. Once considered to be a top 10 pick, Leal falls a bit here as his play doesn't consistently reflect his physical talent, which is kind of true. I keep saying I think he put on a few bad pounds during the year because they started playing him a lot more on the interior, and you can tell, like, in terms of his physicality, he's gonna need to, like, become more powerful on the interior, especially when it comes to the run game. But like, I love his movement skills. I love his burst. He uses his hands exceptionally well. Like, he has a lot of the makings of being like a game changing. Whether it's defensive interior, 5-tech, even a guy you don't mind like maybe kicking outside on early downs. But I think, yeah, I fully think he could sneak back into the first round. This probably be like a Sue replacement, William Golston type role. Garrett Wilson being available here is an absolute steal for the Packers. Good on y'all. Wow. Devin Lloyd. Honestly, this would be a great pick for the Dolphins. I don't know how he ends up here. Nakobe Dean hasn't come off the board either. So that's very interesting. This is a very interesting mock. But yeah, get someone to play along. Jerome Baker, who's kind of our coverage guy. He's fast. He could hang with guys, you know. Wouldn't really call him one of the best coverage linebackers in football, though. But he's not bad by any means. Devin Lloyd, though, would be a good run stuffer. He's got that length to really, mess around with passing lanes. I think the Dolphins decide to retain their DC, Boyer. I'd have to look that up just to be sure. Because typically, coaching staff, they got the whole place and bring in their own guys. I don't think they did that for the defense, so I can imagine he'd be playing like a similar role to like a Dante Hightower. Daxton Hill going here with the Honey Badger hitting free agency. Very plausible. Very plausible. Starting to lose the voice again. Recorded a lot of videos today. Gotta wet it down. I still would go edge. Are there edges here? Well, you know, there's a ton of edges here. Because you could make the case, Miles Sanders, Arnold Ebiketie, Drake Jackson. Some people would really like Cameron Thomas. I don't think he's a first rounder, though. Oh, so I mean, there's a lot of ways they can go. Maybe with one of the other corners. Daxton Hill, you kind of like, he's the guy that can go deep. He could be that slot role. I don't think he's that similar to Tyrann Mathieu. Oh my gosh. Just because Hill, he might need to put on a little bit more mass, I think, to hang around the line of scrimmage. Because even when he comes downhill, like, he lays good hits, but he's going low. He's throwing his body like a missile. A lot of that ain't going to hit in the NFL. Darron Kennard to the Bengals. Listen, Kennard, he ain't a first rounder. Sorry, not sorry. It's like guard, tackle, who cares? No, it's guard. Like, pass protection, hands are terrible. I don't think he's athletically good enough to stay out there at tackle either. So no, you be getting a guard in this regard. I think he'd be a solid pickup, though. I don't know, like, here for the Bengals, but Kenny Green's still on the board. He's, I think, a far better prospect. But yeah, I'm just not on the Kennard hype train in the first round. You would think after day 2, day 3 of the Senior Bowl, you would think after the Senior Bowl game, people would be off that hype and firmly make him a day 2 guy. Guess not. Drake London, what a pick. Here for the Lions. Don't know if, like, things don't, like, I could see him falling if, like, the ankle's not, like, good to go just yet, and he's unable to, like, participate in the combine and stuff, or even his pro day. I could see maybe him falling, but I still feel like it's out of the, I still don't see him making him to 32, but good players fall in the draft. Happens all the time. Overall, this draft, I hate the Kennard pick. Just not a fan of Kennard in the first round. I don't think the NFL will be. No Nakobe Dean. That's interesting. And to be fair, man, it's not like he's got great size. Maybe the NFL doesn't like that. I like seeing Leal in the first round again. Like, even if it's like here in the back end, I definitely think he'd be a consideration on the back end. I'm not going to lie. I really like the Zion Johnson pick to the Cardinals. I'm just going to throw that out there. Oh, no. Kenny Green went here. Okay. Well, if I'm the Bengals, I'm not reaching for an interior player. Well, then why not? I mean, Berhard Ryman's there too. He could probably start at guard immediately and then move to right tackle. I think again, Kenny Pickett. That's just kind of my take. I'm not gonna fault him going quarterback. This is probably the biggest area. Like David Ajabo to the Giants at 5, knowing you're gonna miss out on Cross if the Panthers do choose Cross, and then you have to reach on Pennant. I feel like that's a predicament you don't have to put yourself in. That's just my take. But that's it for the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.